What's going on, you guys? This is Cameron McCullough, and I help people, individuals, man or woman, and pretty much any other organism since I've been working in the medical field as far as veterinary medicine as a certified veterinary technician for the 5 years that I did it. I help, pretty much all of God's creatures obtain optimum health, okay, and nutrition, and doing that through nutrition. So I wanted to make a video for the women out there when it comes to these fibroids. Me not being a woman, I can't go off of what I usually do, like my own experience, but we can still use logic and other women' experiences and what worked for them. Okay, instead of going off of what general practitioners that really don't know what they're talking about tell you to do. Okay, because it's a lot of bull crap out there when you search up stuff like how to get rid of fibroids. It's the first thing that pops up is some website that clearly is trying to keep women sick. It says meat and dairy uh causes these things to exacerbate, um which is not true. It's totally not true. Now pasteurized milk and pasteurized dairy products could potentially do that because it unbalances your hormones just due to the pasteurization. Um, but meat ain't gonna do that. And then the other thing that people said they did to get rid of them and make them shrink was a plant-based diet. But when it comes to a plant-based diet, that's literally like taking birth control, and it makes your hormonal system shut down. So that's why it starts to shrink it. Okay, so it's not a good thing that that's happening. It's just a side effect of your hormonal system being way out of whack to the point where it shuts down. It'll do the same thing to men as well, which I explained in, previous videos. So pretty much I got right here this video, and he could say whatever he want to in the video. He could be lying, he could be flying, flying with the pigs when they fly. But he's a doctor himself, and he's saying what he's saying pretty much about what women can do to shrink their fibroids. But what I like to do is look through these comments, and it's similar to Reddit about what actually worked for people. Okay, so these are women down here in the comments saying what worked for them. So you see one right here. 10 years ago, I was diagnosed by two gynecologists that I had fibroids the size of a grapefruit. They both recommend hysterectomy. A hysterectomy, you guys, is basically removing a uterus, which is pretty much just like a plant-based diet or birth control. It just throws out the baby with the bathwater. Okay, it affects women differently, but when you remove the whole hysterectomy, the uterus, I mean, it can kind of change how you feel about things, like going through life as a woman, because it's taking one of your female organs. They look at it as not important, but it's important. If God put it in you or on you, it's important. All right. But I defy them. But through prayers and diet, God helped me. And that's just what I was telling you guys. I don't have any symptoms up to now. As a matter of fact, the last examination, ultrasound, I had my doctor told me there was no more signs of fibroids. I am healed. Thank you, Jesus. No surgery. Thank you for your video. Okay? So, you see what I'm saying? God and diet. Okay, these people are, when you want to get rid of your fibroids, you need to at least do what you can. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much what the women are saying in here is they started lowering the inflammatory carbohydrates. So things like store bought bread that's not sourdough, things like uh, unfermented rice, like you soaking in a lime base for at least 24 hours, but just intaking a whole bunch of rice like that, cereals, um, corn, and things like that of that nature. Those are the most common ones um, that will cause issues, pretty much. I'm just trying to make sure I got them all as far as the carbohydrates. But those are the main ones that start to cause a whole bunch of issues. Um, that's why I have said for women they could use raw milk and the lactose in there for their carbohydrates and see how they do with that. Soy milk and almond milk are pretty much just trying to imitate the real thing. So, you know what I'm saying? They charging around the same price for the actual milk. And I also showed you guys the Colonna Supernatural milk that I be getting from Whole Foods. If you have a link card, you can go ahead and get that too from there. But things like that is what I like to talk about and provide solutions for women that have these issues with fibroids. And it's not just women. Like this is actually natural for women to go through this. This is pretty synonymous because when I had a Chinese water dragon, she used to produce infertile eggs. Okay. So these fibroids are kind of the same situation. When there's no sperm to, match with the egg and produce a natural human being, it goes through that whole cycle, making an infertile embryo or whatever is going on within the human body, and then it'll expel it. Okay, but see what's going on here with fibroids is it's not going through that full process. Okay, and it's continually bleeding and doing things and becoming inflammatory. Okay, so once you start to cut down the inflammation, then you can see where you're at. And from what I'm seeing, because I'm not a woman, but based on what I'm seeing, from what women are saying when they do these things, of what I was talking about in my course. So I'm not trying to lie to you guys or blow smoke up your butt. This is stuff that's actually working for people. Okay, because pretty much what he's saying in his video is to lower the inflammatory carbs. Okay, and then you can switch over to carbs that promote life inside of your body and actually reduce inflammation. Okay, if anything is causing inflammation in your body, it needs to get out of your diet if you're going to be adding it in on a consistent basis. Now, if you just having something every now and then, the body is resilient. It's not going to mess it up like that and cause things. But this is why it's so important, and I'm going to make a video talking about being in tune with your body and being able to tell if something is causing you dysfunction within your body and causing inflammation, and then seeing if a particular food is bringing life and energy into your body. All right, but I just wanted to share this with you guys. Um, it's pretty much stuff that you guys already know. It's pretty much stuff that you guys already know. But this video can be searched on YouTube. Um, it's women out there taking care of this. All right. Lizards go through it, just like I was saying with my Chinese water dragon. She was a female. This is just something that happens across uh, females across different species. And reptiles, it shows up as eggs, infertile eggs, and it drops. Chickens, they drop infertile eggs too as well. And dogs, since again, this is why I'm talking about don't be feeding your dogs and your cats these dry dog foods because it causes inflammation and disease. They get pyometra, okay? And that's basically pus fills up in their uterus, which is why they routinely remove the uterus, thinking that the uterus is the problem. The problem is the diet. So I don't care what Google is telling you. I don't care who's saying it. That diet ain't got nothing to do with it. They just blowing smoke up people's butt. Okay, that could be a bot talking. You see what I'm saying? What we want is real results. And you got me. I worked in the medical field. It was just with animals. So I'm bringing someone that is actually knowledgeable in, this field. And there's comments of women down here saying, yeah, I did that and it's worked for me. And another thing is to look into Eastern medicine. There are herbs out there that you can take to manage these things too as well. You don't have to go on birth control. Birth control is literally the devil. No woman should be taking no damn birth control. Birth control is literally witchcraft through the devil. Okay? I know why they approve it through the FDA because they want people sick. Clearly. Okay? Just like what I said, the plant-based diet does, it shuts down your hormonal system. Birth control has one of those side effects with that usage. So look, y'all gonna have to get some female condoms or something, or do something else because birth controls put internally into your body throughout your whole life is not the move. Okay, but there are herbs that can help with this. Look for Eastern medicine doctors out there. Like my mom is working with one right now, and she said that she's getting results with that too as well. Um, but pretty much, if you stop eating all the candies and all that, eating 3, 4, 5, 6 times a day and with carbs in each part of it, lower your intake as far as your meals to 1 to 2 meals. And make sure you're getting protein and fat within there. And then if you're still hungry, add the carbs in there. Like with me, I get my carbs with the milk. Okay? Colonna Supernatural, or you can find a farm near you if you're in the Midwest, or there's even farms in New York that people go to get raw milk. But wherever you are, you can look it up. Realmilk.org, I think it's called, and then you can search up farms near you. Um, and you'll be just fine with that. And then you can add in vegetables and things to replace your carbs. You can ferment your grains and a lime base in a jar for at least 24 hours. And you can make sourdough bread to replace the store-bought bread, like the Mothers and um, all them sandwich store-bought breads is not produced in a way that it won't cause inflammation within your body. If you still want to include bread or something like that, always try to have your carbs with a fat source, okay? And it blunts that um inflammatory response, okay? Fat is very uh not pro-inflammatory. It reduces inflammation, okay? So that's why fat is good. Don't include a whole bunch of seed oils in your diet consistently, because that'll mess up your hormonal system too as well. That's in men or women. As long as you know these things, and I do have my course tool as well, so that way you can have it somewhere that you can go back to it just in case where you forget, or you can just take notes from this video. But do these things, and you will win with your battle with fibroids. And just like old girl said, definitely pray, because that is definitely a part of the equation, and the other part of the equation is having some action behind it. So once you get the action behind this, along with the prayer, then anything is possible. Okay, as y'all can see, it's working for a lot of women. They're speaking out in these comment sections right here, and these ain't no bots. Okay, so Twizzlers, Snicker bars, eating, having you a little bag of candy in your pantry that you be eating on snacking on. You remove snacking from your habits. 1 to 2 meals that are satiating for yourself. Eat earlier in the day. Okay, that allows your circadian rhythm to balance your hormonal system. And make sure you're getting sleep. But you can't get sleep if you're always eating late at night. Okay. So once you start shifting your stuff to earlier in the day, 1 to 2 meals that are satiating for yourself, and the other time making sure you stay hydrated, then your sleep is gonna be optimized. And then once you start getting more sleep into your a deep REM sleep, then your body is gonna be able to recover your hormonal system and then balance it out. Okay, so at least it'll stop it from growing. And from what women are saying right here, it can shrink it too as well. Okay? Your doctors ain't gonna tell you this type of stuff because they need you in there. And some of the doctors that really do care, they're reading out of books and learning from doctors that's been doing this for 20, 30, 40 years. And they're passing down that same BS that hasn't been working. So they're going off of that too. But they mean well. Um, so hopefully this video helps and these resources help any women out there with their fibroids, because that sucks to go through, and that sucks that the society that we live in cares more about money and their profit margins within these corporations that say they care about us so much. And even with the food pyramid, they have that humans need to be taking in at least 55 to 60% carbohydrates. This is the reason that they want us to eat this way, because it causes diseases, not only in humans, but it causes diseases in our dogs. It causes diseases in our cats. It causes diseases in our gerbils. It causes diseases in our hamsters. Okay? Because it creates money. Creates a problem. Here's the solution: birth control. Okay? And there's also another doctor on here as well. She's a Aboriginal American woman that has melanin in her skin, and she's been doing a carnivore diet and adding iodine with her diet, and she said that it stopped it from growing and it's been less painful and less bloating. Which, if it can do that, that'd be a big plus for a lot of women out here that's battling these fibroids. So it's time to get rid of this curse on your person, on your body, because this is strictly coming from the devil. This is the devil's work at play, working through lies, telling all the women out here to take fibroids, messing up their moods and everything. Because birth control can turn a woman that is internally nice and want to do good by everybody, and turn her into like a mean bat witch. Okay, because it can mess with your mood and your hormones. Okay, so get that witchcraft out your body and keep it out. Don't even mess with that crap. And look into these things that we talked about in these videos and apply the action. Okay, apply the action. I gave you actionable steps that you can do. All right, I'm going to talk to you guys later. So if you want to stop getting lied to about weight loss, nutrition, anything about it, remember to hit that like button down beneath this video. Go purchase the course if you want it all in an organized fashion so you ain't got to look all over my channel for the information. Or if you don't want to do that, go ahead and watch another video on my channel. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell.